Hello everyone, this is Uketele Nomvalo from Johannesburg, Midrand. I'm studying through E. I would like to thank Mr. Hamish for helping us so much. We have actually got 90 to 100% on that. Thank you so much, Mr. Hamish. Siyabonga.
It's been a long time, man. Very long time. So my name is Hamish. That's my back name. But my other name is Mtwana. That's my African name, Twana Wabantu. Or a lot of people, other people call me my Sutu or Spady name or Sutu or Twana name. You can call me Hosong Morena Felang. What does Hosong mean? Hosong means peace upon you. Morena means a king. So peace upon your king, and Felang means a person who make decision based on some consciousness. You see what I'm saying? So you can call me Khoson Morena Felang. That's my other African name. Or my Zulu also name, you can call me Mlungis. Mlungis is someone who always, when things go wrong, he keep them right. You know what I'm saying? So you can call me any of them. Or if you don't want none of them, you can call me whatever you think you're comfortable with, Twana or Hamish, whatever you think you're comfortable. So let's get started. One more time, let's get started. So here we have a question. Before we get started with this question, I want to explain something that's going to help you for a long time. Okay, most of us here in Africa, we like to eat meal, like rice or meal or whatever. So if you have 1 kilogram of meal or rice or whatever, or beans, this is equal to 1,000 grams. You see what I'm saying? So if you have 1 kilogram, it's same as 1,000 gram. So gram is too little, okay? So if somebody say, okay, I have a 2.5 kilogram, how many gram? So if I want to change from kilogram to gram, what you do, take whatever you have and then you multiply by 1,000. See? So you want to say 2.5. Because look, 1 kilogram equal to 1,000 grams. So 2 kilogram means you take whatever you have in kilogram to gram, what you do multiply by 1,000. So 2.5 times by 1,000. When you multiply this, it's going to give you 2,500 grams. So this is equal to 2,500 grams. How did I get that? From kilogram to gram, how you do, take what you have and then you multiply by 1,000. Okay, now, what about if somebody give gram? For example, if somebody give me so if you want to move from kilogram to gram, you multiply by 1,000. See, like here, it was 1 kilogram. How do you get 1,000? Because they take this 1 kilogram, they multiply by 1,000. So 1 times 1,000 is going to give us 1,000. Okay? That's so 1 kilogram equal to 1,000 gram. Okay? Now, 2.5 kilogram, just like how we saw. Okay. Another thing, okay, let's somebody give you, say, 3.3 kilogram. So how are we going to change this to gram? Take it, multiply by 1,000. Oh, so this is going to be 3,000 and 300 what? Gram. So now we know how to change from kilogram to gram. Now, what about erasing? Now, how are we going to get from gram to kilogram? Okay, so if I have to erase this, so back in my head I know 3.3. Now, let's just say, let's erase it. I want to change from gram to kilogram. So, reverse the process means take a gram, divide by 1,000, you're going to get kilogram. So I'm going to say 3,300 when you divide by 1,000, and this is going to give us, put a calculator, or it's going to give us 3.3 kilogram. Oh, I see. So if you want to move from kilogram to gram, what we do, we divide by 1,000. It's like we reverse the process, okay? So somebody says, okay, change this to kilogram. This is gram. Oh, so if you want to change gram to kilogram, what we do, we say, oh, we have to divide by 1,000. Divide by 1,000. If you take this divide by 1,000, it's going to give us 2.5 kilograms. So simple as that. From kilogram to gram, multiply by 1,000. But from gram to kilogram, divide by 1,000. Easy like that. Now let's go to the question now. Look at me. So in the question, they say a biscuit manufacturer uses 200 grams of sugar. Oh, so this is a type of biscuit they produce. Okay, let's call it African biscuits. So the African biscuit produced, how do they mix it? It's okay, when the biscuit is done, within that biscuit, we're gonna have what? 2 kilograms of sugar, 2 grams of sugar. Oh, so it's 200 grams of sugar. But also, they say also 100 grams of butter. Oh, so the same biscuit. Because you can have all sugar and butter for you to make a biscuit. So it's gonna have 100 grams of what? Of butter. Whatever you can call it. Now, let's say write the expression for the amount of butter needed. Oh, so the one amount of butter needed. Okay, so this is butter. So they don't want sugar. They say, okay, amount of butter what needed to do what? To produce X biscuits. Okay, look here, man. So this is for one biscuit. They say here for each biscuit. Can you see here? So for each biscuit packet, we're gonna need 200 grams of sugar and 100 grams of butter. Okay? So this is for one biscuit. So for one biscuit means it's gonna be 200 times 1 and 100 times 1. We're gonna so it's gonna, for one biscuit it's gonna be 200 and 100 of butter and sugar. So this together is gonna give us one biscuit. What about two biscuits? Oh, for two biscuits means it has to be 200 times 2 and 100 times 2 to get 2 biscuits. What about 3 biscuits? Or for 3 biscuits means I'm going to say 200 times 3 and 100 times 3. Okay, so how about X biscuit? You know, say X biscuits means we don't know the number. So we assume X biscuit. Okay, so for 1 means you must take 200 times 1, 100 times 1. For 2 it's going to be 200 times 2. Like, look, 1 biscuit is going to be times 1 and this times 1. 2 biscuit. Oh, so we're going to take this sugar is going to be for 2 and this for 2. What about X biscuit? Oh, for X biscuit, meaning we're going to have to say this sugar is for 1. So for X must be 200 times 1 and this has to be 100 butter times X. Excuse me, times X times X. You know why? Because we don't know the number. And same here to say amount of butter needed. So okay, we're not going to involve these. We just need what for butter. Okay, so for butter needed is going to be 100 times X. But if you come to the option here, you see your option is in kilogram, means we don't have option for gram. So for that case I need to change. So my answer is supposed to be 100 gram times X. 100 gram times X, like 100 times X gram. So the problem is here in the option we don't have a gram. So I need to change this 100 gram to kilogram because all these options are kilogram. So if this is 100 gram, if I had to change to kilogram, how you change from gram to kilogram? Oh, change it from gram to kilogram, we have to divide by 1000. Okay, divide by 1000. So take 100, divide by 1000. Take 100, divide by 1000. When you divide this point, the calculator is going to give you 0.1. So instead of writing 100 gram, I'll say is 0.1 kilogram times X. It's like 1. Instead of saying 100 now, this is in gram and we don't have option gram. The option only kilogram. So if you change this, if you divide by 1000, we're going to get 0.1. So I'm going to write 0.1. What? X. We still have an X. What? Kilogram. You know what I'm saying? Means if you change this gram, it's going to become 0.1. We have an X. X is like a number of biscuit. And for the equation, this is only for butter. So for butter, it's going to be 0.1x. So this is the option 3. So that's our answer. But okay, now let's challenge ourselves. What about if they say for sugar? Oh, for sugar means I have to take this and divide by 1000 if it was for sugar, but it's not part of the question. So it has to be 200 divided by 1000. If you divide by 1000, this is going to give you 0.2. And then it means in kilogram. And you must multiply by X, it's going to be 0.21x. So this is going to be 0.2 of sugar times number of biscuit. For this case, we don't know how many number of biscuit, let's just say X. So this is the amount of sugar we're going to need to make a certain number, which you don't know the biscuit. And this amount of the butter we're going to need. So for the X number of biscuits, which you don't know, to get that, it has to be number of butter plus number of sugar. So for the certain number of biscuits we don't know together, it has to be 0.2x kilogram plus 0.21 x what? Kilogram. This is for butter and this is for sugar. You see what I'm saying? And you can add them together. You know, if you add them together, 0.3 plus 0.1 is going to give us 0.3. Just in case it adds like total number of both content. So that's how you do the first question. Easy, man. Let's go to question number 2. Question number 2. Okay, so now let's go for the second part. The second part is very, very easy. You know, it takes you 1 minute to get done. So now it's time. So we're going to write a equation here. 2b squared. And then we have a 2b squared. And then we have a minus 1. And then we have 8a bracket b squared. So what we're going to do now, we're going to open the bracket. How are we going to open the bracket? Look, whenever you have a bracket like this, means you take this 10, you multiply for the first one, and then you take this 10, you multiply for the second one. Remember this bracket for both. That's what say the outside number multiply for the first one. So now we go 2b squared times a. If you put them together, when you multiply, it's going to get 2b squared and a means 2b squared and a. I think it's good to put alphabetical, so it's good to put, is it alphabetic? That's a good way. It's right though, but I like to put things in alphabetic. So I'd rather say 2ab squared. So say 2ab squared, 2a, but b is the one which has a square. So we're done for the first group. But since there's a bracket, it means I have to do the same thing for the second one. So 2b squared times 1 is a minus here in the middle. We're going to put minus. 2b squared times 1 is going to be 2b squared. So we're done with this. So I'm going to come here. I'll do the same process. You know what I'm saying? But now we go. But whenever you take a number, remember you must take with each sign. Like, look, this is negative 8a. So it's good to say negative 8a because you take a number with each sign. And the sign of any number is on the left. For example, if somebody give you negative 3 plus 4. What the sign of 3? You look on the left of any number. So the sign of 3 is negative. What the sign of 4? The sign of 4 is positive because you look the number, then you look on the left hand side. So for here, this is 8a. So the sign of 8a is negative. So now let's go and multiply here for the first group. So negative 8a times b. Oh, so you just say negative. And then 8a times b squared is ab squared. We're done. You know what I'm saying? Now we go, we do the same thing for the second group. But if you look here for the second group, now we go. Negative times negative is going to be positive because the same sign. Always negative and negative is going to be positive, positive and positive is positive. But when the sign is different, you get negative. See, these are different, you give negative. These are different, you get negative. But when they're the same, minus minus, you get plus or plus and plus plus. You see what I'm saying? That's what I say. This negative times negative, you get plus. But 8a times 1 is a. You see what I'm saying? Now what we're going to do, we're going to group the like terms. So what is the like terms? This and this is like 10. Can you see? 2ab squared, 8ab squared. So we can put them together. But mine, see, you don't just say 8. This is negative 8 because you take a number. Whenever you take anything, sign is on the left. But this, what about this one doesn't have a sign? When a number does not have any sign, meaning if you look at left, there is no sign, meaning it's positive, natural or by nature. When you say, for example, 7 minus 3, what is the sign of 7? We have to look at the left. So if there's no sign, by nature means this is positive. And what is the sign of 3? 3 is negative because we look on the left. So we will say here, these are like 10. So it's like 2 minus 8. 2 positive minus 8 equal to negative 6. You can plug in a calculator. Why? How am I going to plug AB? No, since these are like 10, since these are like 2AB squared, 8AB squared. So it's like a like terms. So since the like terms, don't worry about those letters. Only if they like terms. But if they're not like, so we're going to say 2AB squared. You see, AB squared. So it's like 2 minus 8, which is going to give us negative 6. Okay. Negative 6. So we're going to have a negative 6 here. Negative 6, what? AB squared, because AB squared, same thing. A, B squared. Now we have this and that. You see what I'm saying? So these, they're not like at all. So you cannot put them together. You see, they're different. This is B squared, this is 8A. So I'm just going to write them how it is. You see, you must take with this sign. minus 2b squared, and this you must take with each sign, which is on the left, plus 8a. So this is going to be our final answer. So I'm going to the option here because this is multiple choice. I'm checking the option quick. A second, guys. Okay, if I look in the option here, okay, in this option, so I'm gonna say I'll start. It's always this is final answer, but I like to start with the positive terms. Okay, so this is final answer. Let me start with the positive term. This is positive here. How you know? Because look, you look on the left. This is negative. You know why? Because the sign is on the left, and this is negative. So I always like to start with the positive. But that's the final answer. So I'll have to say 8a, and then I can write this one too. So either you can start with this or this. So let me start with this one because I see the option, and then minus 6ab squared. And you can stop there, man. It's just a waste of time. You do this question, and it's easy like that, man. Thanks a lot. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I believe in learning from how I do things. If first time, make sure you subscribe, and you know, you can just go and do donation to our Patreon page. I have a Patreon, I have a GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying? I have all the means of donation because to make this project going, you know, any type of donation, the little that you think is too small for you, it could make a lot of change. And thanks a lot for all your time. You know, subscribe, don't forget, share this video, circulate to a lot of people, you know, because the meaning of this project, this program, is to help as many as we can. Okay, it's not only for one person or two, because you might think it's not helpful for you, but for somebody next out there, it could be very, very helpful. So thanks a lot, man. And you know, any donation that you did to me, it means so much. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot. Go to our Patreon page, go to our GoFundMe, because we need to have a lot of things. We need to put them together, like camera, you know, and a lot of equipment, so that we can improve on, you know, a lot of angle, a lot of aspects of these projects. You know, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate and I love you. Peace, man. Bye. You know, this is one of my students of knowledge. You know, she wanted to introduce herself. What's your name? Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Kali. I
Yeah.
go to Southend Primary School.
Yeah, China Wabantu. China Wabantu is everywhere, right? So this is my other student. His name, what's your name? Matthew, yeah, he's grade 11, man. So his aim is to score distinction, right? So you promise, I want you to score distinction this time. And what's your name? Joshua. How much you promise me to score this time?
Distinction.
Distinction. Yeah, so China Wabantu is everywhere, man.
China Wabantu. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
China Wabantu.
Exactly. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. If you had to give advice, which advice would you give to the people or to the students?
Trust Hamish.
Why would they trust me?
No, because it's really good. It actually has helped a lot. I redid first year for maths. It was my own fault, but also I didn't know a lot of the work. And Hamish said lots of hard questions, and it's demotivating sometimes to do the harder stuff. You just want to get done, but it's the hard stuff that makes you realize the easy stuff is easy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hamish. Thank you, and wish you all the best with your hard work. And I just want to say we appreciate you, and I have achieved like 93%. Sanbonani. This is Emma Ononkula Kizismongo. I live in Devon in KwaZulu-Natal, and I was born in KwaHlabisa in KwaZulu-Natal.